Hey you chaps, we're going to have a bit of Vienna fun. This is a rated 15-minute game, so it's a 3:13 for me, and we've got the Vienna Gambit. Proposed, declined. Now, there's not a safe way to decline it though. So if he takes the pawn now, we're going Halloween Gambit style. Okay? Halloween Gambit comes from kind of four knights thing where I think you take the knight and give up a knight in return for this, right? But with the Vienna version, it's better because I haven't even given up my knight. He's still there in the stable, yeah? Now this knight's got to retreat. Whatever happens, you push e5. And now this guy can't get there or there because the queen, can't get there or there because the knight's got to go home. Unless queen here. And look, this is just horrible. It's already horrible. Now, as soon as the knight moves, that space is available for the queen. So we play knight f3 to take that one away. And I'm already feeling quite relaxed. Okay, now, one thing we have to notice is that we have a semi-open f-file. There ain't no Freddy, right? Freddy gone. So, thoughts now. Castle short, generally a good thing. Put the rook on the f-file. Bishop could go here. Bishop can no longer go here because of that pawn. Now, I don't think I want to capture en passant. Right, if it's a lovely advanced pawn, it's stopping this knight coming back out. It's doing a great job. Okay, I could play this, but then f6. Then what do we do? Takes, check. Not really. So I'm thinking either bishop here and pin the knight, or bishop here, looking at the h7 square, which is best. Bishop here blocks the queen's defense of that pawn, so that could cause me problems. So I'm going to go ahead with a pin, I think. We will see on the analysis later on whether that was the right call. See, look, 1, 2, 3, yeah, against, well, 2 now. But now I've castled it, so I've got a development score of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for castling, with 2. My opponent's got a score of 2, well behind, because he's had to bring his knight out and then bring it back again. Alright, now, this is a thought. Go straight in for the f7. I'm not too worried about this. Takes there. In fact, are my eyes deceiving me? Or is he just hung a pawn? And then I'm attacking the bishop too. I think he's hung a pawn. Yeah. Free stuff. Roll up, free pawns for all. And look at this center you get with this. Love it. Okay, you can't take there, because I take with a knight, bishop takes, and I take again. So he just loses a knight for a thingy there. Alright, so now my first thought is c3. Reasoning, this guy's currently pinned, so iced. This guy's also the only defender of that. However, this guy's also pinned, so you can't even take this anyway. But still c3, right, hits the bishop and defends this. Yeah, what's not to like? I might lift my queen here at some point, just to break the pin. Queen here would even be good, wouldn't it? That's 2 moves. Then the knight moves, and I've got, not there, the knight moves here, and I've got 3 attackers against that. It is one of those King Kong at the top of the Empire State Building things, isn't it? When he's just like fighting off all of these all these planes. Now, Queen a4 is a thought. Alright? Couple of reasons. I can take this bishop, because that knight cannot recapture, because it's pinned. Knight is pinned. So here, the bishop's still in trouble. Bishop can't go there or there. Bishop can't go there because queen takes, so bishop's going to have to go all the way back here. And if... no, that's fine. That's all fine. Look at my opponent. Look at the clock here, right? He used less than 2 minutes. So in a 15-minute game, he's used this first 2 minutes to get himself into a whole heap of trouble, and he's going to have to use the remaining 13 minutes to try and dig himself back out of it. That's not the wisest way to go about playing chess, in my humble opinion. Okay, now we have some thoughts. Takes, pawn takes, he's got doubled isolated pawns, right? Takes, pawn takes, pawn takes, he's got doubled isolated pawns. So I have the option to force that situation. However, when did I go a piece down? Ah! I lost my knight. That's not very nice. Okay, oh, well, that's not very nice at all. Okay, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to attack here. That's what I'm really doing. Move my knight there, defended by the bishop. Well, that was silly, wasn't it? There's me congratulating myself on how clever and splendid I was being, and I wasn't at all. Okay, so now the knight's not pinned anymore. The knight can now attack this. I'm expecting this. Okay, that's fine. But I don't. In between move. I do not have to recapture it straight away. I have this now. So one idea is this, and then he does have that. Okay. But if this, queen's not going to take. No, it's not worth it for him. Comes with check. King's going to have to move. And then if the king goes here or here, then bishop takes there. It's even eviler than it was before. Yeah. And there's me talking about how well I'm using my time, and I've just blundered a bloody piece and not even noticed. And that is why most chess channels are hosted by people who can play chess and not surrounded by dogs constantly sniffing at their king gangulis. Now, the king can't go here because of this. Okay, now, this is slightly unpleasant, it must be said. Now, what I really want to do is that. That's what I want to do. How about this? Knight comes here. No, I can't drop that pawn. I can't allow the knight to take that pawn. So how do I cover this square? That's the simplest option, one of these two moves. But then I'm also threatening to take the knight, aren't I? So let's do that. Two threats, knight here, but even worse, bishop there. And that's very unpleasant. If he's got any sense, he'll put his queen like there. Because then I can't take the knight, because takes, yeah? That's what he should do, I think. Or possibly that, but that then falls to this. So let's say queen here, I go there. Oh, bishop takes. Ah, bugger. Didn't see that. Yeah, I shouldn't be playing for money, should I, today? Should not be playing for points. Okay, so that's one way out of it. I might kick the bishop, which is it has to go here. Yeah? Can't go here because of this. This. Okay, so he has to go here. He's defended by the knight. But I'm thinking now it's probably time to think about bringing in the rooks. I've got a slightly safer king. That's the only move. He goes here, bishop takes, and he's dead. If he goes here, bishop there, and he's dead. He's got possibly takes pawn there. Queen takes, but then he's dead. Because the fork is still on, even when I'm in between. Same diagonal. That's the immediate threat. Don't forget that. He's recovered quite well though. So how did I miss that knight? There. And then for some reason, I thought it was a good idea to take... No, that's okay. And that's what I missed. I didn't read the board, and I didn't talk to myself like a lunatic, which you should do. I should have just taken the bishop. That was... Oh. Take the bishop. Knight can't be captured because it's pinned. Winning all day long. What did I do? Attacked his... like a... moron. Okay, so anyway, we have movement. Queen has retreated. I'm taking the bishop. I'm taking it. So now I'm actually up 2 pawns. Who would have thunk it? And we are in a 2 bishops versus 2 knights situation. Lots of interest. Okay, so now what makes that interesting is... What? What the huh? He's giving up more material. So I take, queen takes with check, right? I'm in check. I move my king here. Queen takes a pawn. I play this. I'm not convinced. I'm calling bluff on this. Yeah, king here. Now you can't take that pawn because of this. Yeah? You can't take the pawn. You can take this pawn. But then also this knight is on priest, so... What are you doing? I take rook takes. I'm in checkmate. Okay, that's probably not the wisest thing, but how about queen here with check? I mean, as far as desperate moves go, it's pretty good. Could I just do this as well? Well, bishop here check. King moves in the corner. I can't play rook here because he's got knight and rook looking at it. I could just simply ignore what's going on and just come up with a new kind of threat like this. Rook AC1. I'm up a whole piece right now, yeah? But that's not playable. What I would love to do is force an exchange of queens. Can I do that? There, king goes here. How about queen here? If I do queen there, what's going to happen? He can't take that. I think maybe that's looks like kind of quite a forcing move, yeah? He can't take this pawn because he loses the queen. He can take this pawn, but then I've got, well, I don't know. Then I've got, okay. Now check forces an exchange of queens, yeah? Hang on, so let's think it through. Check here. He has to trade pawns, I think, pretty much. Check with the... Go away, Woody. Check with the bishop here. King has to go in the corner. Now I want to simplify. This guy's kind of... tricky. And I'm quite happy having 2 bishops in the endgame against 1 knight. Even though my pawns are worse. Okay. So now he has to go there. That's kind of forced. Now if I want, I can trade rooks as well. There. And then, no. So what do we want to do now? I'd like to double up my rooks. Doubling up my rooks would be great. So something like this. There. And then there, and why not? What's he got? Hasn't got knight there. He's got knight here if he wants, but I'll just grab the pawn then. Good play though. by my opponent. Nice aggression, nice kind of never say die attitude. Bishop there is a thought. We could probably trade his knight. That's all right. Now he's giving himself an escape square. So there, rook takes, I take. Still not bad. Or just free pawn. I'm +2, let's simplify. Yes, I've pre-moved the bishop recapture. Okay, doesn't have to go there now, but he can if he wants to lose a pawn. Okay, I'm taking the pawn. You see that is a really key part of your move process. When you think it's a good move, it's just that kind of, pause, right? This is safe. Tied with the pawn. I'm also attacking the knight. But does he want to put his rook here? Would that vex me if he does? Do I want to do this? Maybe even drop the bishop back and defend. If I do this and he does that, what happens? I push. He has the trade-off. It's not too bad. Let's do it. Oh no, he doesn't. If he goes here, I take him. You can go there. Go there and attack the bishop. That was not the right move. You should have done there. No, mate. Knight f8. If you'd have gone knight f8, wouldn't he have just won the bishop? I can now bring my bishop here or here to defend the rook and free up this guy. But being 2 bishops down in an endgame, forget it. Check. Now here, so what I'm doing here is I'm guarding that square, and that square's guarded. And these 2 bishops together can control an awful lot of boardage now. So I'm going to threaten this, threaten that with checkmate, because you can't go here anymore. Here, he takes bishop, checkmate. No, it's not. That was stupid. Takes the bishop, it's not checkmate anymore, because I can't count. Right then. Okay, you want a game of chess? Let's play chess. Rook here wins that pawn. Well, you take my pawn, I'm taking yours. These two are great. He's probably going to push the A pawn up at some point in time. Okay, let's have this pawn anyway. This pawn, it has to be noted as pinned. So this is a move. Threatening rook takes. Okay, it's still a move. This. Okay, now he hasn't thought about that because now here, he has to go here, right? There's only one legal move. You can't go there or there. And now this wins the rook with a discovered check. Yeah. Unlucky. You can resign now. You resign now. Rook there, and then this pawn just dances up the board. Yeah, well done. Wow, that was interesting, wasn't it? I think we know where we went wrong with that one. Two silly blunders. One total miscalculation on that bishop at the end, and the other one just not noticing a discovery on my knight because I'm a doofus and my brain isn't working. But hey, you know, I'll take 3 points out of that. Back up to 1498. Not bad at all. We'll do a quick game review and see if I can improve on my opening. If you're looking at openings, you basically follow it through to what was my first mistake. And there you can see one. Oh my lord, I went from plus 6.5 to equal. And there's my first blunder. Okay, let's a quick look. Yeah, 2 blunders. We know what they were. Okay, knight c6 is a mistake. We know this. Bang, 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 bang. World of pain. Horrible. Okay. This, good move. All right, d5 is best. Now, what did I do? Good. We had to talk about this. Do you remember? We spoke about this. Bishop e5 is best. And that's an inaccuracy because it gives away free material. Indeed it does. But I didn't notice. And that's a mistake. It still gives away free material. Okay, now I notice. Because you see I'm not very smart. I'm somewhat slow. Okay, that's an inaccuracy. Because it gives away free material. But only if your opponent isn't a complete dickhead. Fortunately for black here, his opponent is. And c3 is just like... Okay, so now we've got our first blunder out of the way. There's a mistake coming. What's that? Okay, attack the queen. Yeah. And that is a mistake. You missed a really nice but hard to find move. Was it this? King takes. Best move. Oh, no. Hang on. There. What's the best move? Wasn't that hard to find, it took me about 2 seconds, right? There is evil. Because what happens? Let's see, what's the line? There's going to be a discovered check in it somewhere. No, king has to move. Okay. And the king's shuffled off. So, yeah, interesting. And obviously we don't need to look at the last blunder again because it's embarrassing enough. But yeah, lots of fun. Lots of fun indeed. Gotta love the Vienna. Gotta love the Halloween line, you know. So, let's quickly look at the regular Halloween. I think it's not complicated. I think it just comes literally from the 4 knights, right? So let's say la, right? Very, very boring. And then the Halloween Gambit, right? And then if knight takes, d4, right? And the knight has got 2 options, again. Let's say he goes there like he did in that game, and then this, okay? And that has been played once, and black lost, even though he's a knight up, yeah? So that's the regular Halloween Gambit. But the Vienna Halloween Gambit is better. We'll go back to the game itself, because... Okay, here, look, I've still got my knight. Normally, in the normal Halloween Gambit, this knight's out on f3 instead of pawn on f4, and I used the knight to capture that, and it's still not a bad situation for white, right? But here, you just go, ha-ha, take, knight takes, and then these 2 pawns are just monsters. So, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. The Vienna Halloween, got to love it, always a favourite. And quite honestly, you know, I think part of it is my Vienna win rate right now that is just helping me to hang on to this like 1500 or thereabouts situation. So let me just check my games as white here, and with knight f3, I've got a 55% hit rate. Okay, that's not too bad. That's interesting. So where are my losses? Because this looks quite good here. Okay, knight f6 is common. And then if I play this, how often do we get knight c6? A lot. I've had it 37 times, right? That's fairly common. And look, a 65% win rate, right? But with e takes, which again is very common, 74% win rate, right? The best move, of course, is d5. And then it's 50-50, you know? So that's what you've got to know if you face this as black. You've got to know that that d5 move, or else you're in big trouble. But okay, there you go, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed that. Hope I've inspired you to play the Vienna. And don't forget the Halloween line, because it's so much fun and very deadly as well. So thanks for watching. See you later.